So Andy, tell me a little bit about the event that you have scheduled on July 4th, 3rd and 4th in London coming up this year. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's as you said, David, it's big day for you guys in the States. It's Independence Day. So when I discovered through being mentored by Paul Martinelli that he was going to be in Europe around that time, I'd had this idea mulling around in my head for a number of months, that inspired by one of our friends, Heather Manzano, who's down in Jupiter in Florida. She'd done an event up in Rochester in New York about a year ago, I think, with Paul. So then I started to think about, well, okay, so what is it I want to do? And fundamentally, Paul's had a huge impact on my life, massively, certainly in the last 5 or 6 years. And I know he has many of the people that follow you and I. And I think first and foremost was I wanted to bring Paul to the UK. So really it was 3 parts in terms of what was the reason for wanting to do it, David. I wanted to bring Paul here. I wanted to put on something significant. And I wanted that step and that change in my growth to move to get on stage with someone as prominent as an international speaker as Paul. So once we decided it was Independence Day, I started to think about whether I could create something around that. And that was, and I just let that idea, I think, just sit there for a few weeks. And I was talking it over with Charlie, my wife. And then we started to think about how we'd use Independence Day and start to think about how we could create an event that was about helping people create their own independence. Because when I look back on my journey in the last 5 or 6 years, that's really how I would describe it. I was dependent on an employer for best part of 30 years. So we just wanted to build a theme around bringing Paul here, creating an event with the theme of actually how could we help people start to think into some of the limiting beliefs that I know that I've had and I still carry that stopped me doing what it is that I'm doing for a long time. I should have been doing what I'm doing, 10 or 15 years ago, in my humble opinion, but I was too scared to do that. And I just sensed that might resonate with some people.